Alright, so here we are about to start the event. I'm going to hold the controller here and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Let me just focus on the controller. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing, and then that might help you as well as the kind of instructions I'm going to be giving you, I guess. Effectively, me instructing you. Okay, so what you want to be doing when you start the run is basically spamming tricks as quickly as possible, trying to get your tricky meter up. You just turn the game volume down a bit. Okay, so you want to be spamming your tricks as quickly as possible. You just want to get tricky up, and then you can start busting out the big tricks. So I'm just going to do that quickly, and then I'll kind of explain what's going on after that. I'm sorry if you can't see the whole screen, by the way. This is the best I could do with the equipment I've got. Okay, so you'll see that I managed to get tricky up as quickly as possible before the first big jump, which was good. And you've got to watch out for the helicopter, it tends to mess you up. It almost dropped me in a ravine just then. So, once you've got tricky up, you've basically got two options, and I'm not sure which is better at this point. The first option is to start doing the biggest tricks possible, which is what the game tells you to do, and is what I normally do, which is you just hold the same trick as you go and try and get the most points from it. The other option is, before your multiplier hits 20, to continue spamming different tricks in the air. So if I do on this jump, for example, you'll notice my button presses, I'll just be spamming different tricks, and then I can get loads and loads and loads of Ubers in one jump, and that will get the multiplier up really quickly. So my guess is that it kind of depends on the course, in that if you, quite near the beginning, have a single really big jump, then it's probably a good idea to try and get like 5 Ubers or something in, and then, so like that kind of thing, except with Ubers. And then, hopefully, that will get you a really high multiplier really quickly, and then you can start earning the big points. Obviously, as soon as you get to 20, then that's when you really start going for it and just doing the biggest tricks you can over and over again. So, that was pretty much the basics of, I guess, an overview of the kind of thing that you should be doing. And ideally, of course, you want to be keeping your combo as well. Once you've hit 20, you just want to keep it going for the whole run. So, if we get into the kind of specifics of the best ways of doing tricks, best ways of keeping the combo, etc., I'll just stop here, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you. So, every jump you want to be pretty much doing the same thing, which is flipping rather than spinning, because that gets you more points, and doing a 2-button input trick rather than one, as again you get more points. So, what I tend to do on every jump is forward flips and square circle or circle square. It's kind of personal preference. I think all the 2-button inputs will get you a similar score, but I just like doing those because they're opposites and they work nicely. Triangle X I don't think does a 2-button trick. So every jump, boost towards the jump, and then when you hit the lip, let go of X, keep holding forwards on the left analog stick, and then you'll just flip round, and then you can hit the 2-button input. If you keep holding boost after you take off, then you'll automatically tweak the tricks, and that's good because it means you don't forget. And of course you should be tweaking every trick you do because you get higher scores for it, and that's what this is all about. So you'll notice I'm pretty much doing exactly the same thing off every single jump, and that's basically what you want to be doing to get the higher scores, just doing the same thing over and over again. So the next thing you want to be thinking about is your line. You want to do exactly the opposite of race. So take the most convoluted and ridiculous line possible down the slope without going back on yourself, because then you lose your multiplier. So you'll notice that basically as soon as I land, I'm taking off something else again. And that's pretty much the aim of the game here. When you're flying through the air, look out for the next possible thing you can launch off. So I've got something on the right here, so I'm just going to go towards that. And now, kind of straight on, I've got this, and then I've got one straight on again. So you just want to keep yourself in the air as long as possible. Ideally, you want to be spending more time in the air than on the ground. That's kind of a good thing to aim for. If you're in the air more than the ground, then that's kind of a sign of a good line and a good run. Also, you don't want to be speeding down the mountain, because the faster you get down, the fewer tricks you can throw, and that's always bad. So, normally you shouldn't have much need to tail press or nose press. A lot of people will say, yeah, tail press in between jumps and stuff. You shouldn't really need to do that too much, because as you can see, I'm pretty much just finding jump after jump to hit. Even on flat bits you can do small uber tricks, and then that will get you higher scores than just tail pressing. If it really comes down to it, like say a section like this and you do have to tail press, just do a quick one and then drop it at the bottom of the ramp, and then that still lets you boost and get a decent air. So I'll kind of show you if you don't do that. Let me get off this rail. If you don't do that and you just kind of hit the tail press and then keep going, it kind of slows you down a little bit and it makes it harder to go back to X, and because you haven't gone back to X, then your jump will be smaller and, again, also bad. So you want to be maximising airtime in every way possible, and that's just another way to do it. I think I've pretty much covered everything I do, to be honest. Oh yeah, another thing is about cashing in your combos. Ideally, you want to be doing the whole run in a single combo, as that will get you the most points. However, that's not always practical. It's kind of a risk-reward thing. If you know that there's going to be a difficult section ahead, then just cash in the combo. It's fine to do it if you're at a 20 times multiplier, which you should be the majority of the time. Just cash it in, and then it's not quite as bad if you fall off. I don't have perfect runs all the time, and neither do many people really, so just minimise the risk and you can still get a decent score. Like, I got 56 million in that run, and I'm doing a video and not really trying and trying to show you how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. Hopefully that was mildly informative. If you've got any more questions or anything, then just write to me and I'll maybe make another video or just respond to the comments, etc, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.